Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Golden Opportunities Coaching YouTube channel. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you seasoned veterans of what we do around here. What we do around here is bring about conversations of a psychological, mental health, emotional health paradigm. We try to do that as often as we can. We try to do that several times per week and sometimes daily, depending on my schedule. In any event, if you're looking for life, relationship, business coaching, would love to be of assistance to you in that way. There's many ways we can do that, but would love to be of help and service to you. In any event, what are some signs that you may be dealing with depression? Depression affects somewhere between, I've seen numbers as low as 6% of society, as high as 10%. So 1 in 7 to 1 in 10 people in our society struggle with depression, depending on which studies you read. So it's not uncommon to know someone or to have dealt with depression within the last 12 months yourself. And so when you begin to understand that you have that issue or issues related to depression, it's very easy to, at least look at the possibility of reaching out for help. But also, how do you know if you're going from, gee, I'm a little sad into depression territory? And so kind of looking at that from a different level is one of the most important things that we can do in order to be able to take care of ourselves well. And obviously, if you are struggling in that way, please feel free and find it necessary to reach out for help. The first thing is you lose hobbies and interests. So the things that used to light you up, the things that used to excite you, no longer do because life becomes, in simple forms, exhausting. So the things that used to bring you a sense of renewal, a sense of joy, a sense of passion, a sense of purpose will suddenly either feel hollow to you, like they don't bring you that same feeling, or they actually feel like work. They feel like, oh, I've got to practice my guitar, or I've got to sing, or I've got to, go read this book that I used to enjoy. Um, it's very difficult to kind of look at that, and certainly it's not something that we want to do a lot of the time, but it often is very necessary to begin to do that on a deeper and more reflective level. The next thing is your sleep pattern. Either you sleep too much because you're depressed, and so what begins to happen is, hey, if I'm not aware of what's going on in the world around me, life is more manageable. So, or the other sign, you almost become an insomniac because the worry, the anxiety, the stress, the panic of how to deal with daily tasks that overwhelm you becomes so pervasive that you don't even know how to deal with daily living. And none of these things are your fault entirely, but dealing with them does become your responsibility. Obviously, ask for help if you don't feel you can deal with them within yourself. The next is, again, dietary challenges and issues with diet on both ends of the spectrums. Either things like eating disorders, starving yourself, binge eating, purging, all of these are indicators of issues with food, but it's an opportunity to begin to look and go, if I am either starving myself or overeating or undereating or forgetting to eat can be another common experience. But my relationship with food is drastically changing, and it's happening rapidly, and I don't really know why that's happening. That can be a sign of depression as well. The next thing is un unrequited and unstoppable or consistent kind of rebouncing of and redealing with anger, but you don't know necessarily where the anger is coming from or the cause behind the anger or the reasons behind the anger. Instead, what begins to happen is you just know that you're angry, you know you're frustrated, you know you're unhappy, you know you've gotten to a place where it's kind of getting unhealthy, but you don't know how to fix it, and you sometimes can't even identify, hey, why am I feeling angry or frustrated or sad or whatever emotions you've got going on. You can't even necessarily understand how you got there from here. And so what begins to happen is you begin to look at yourself and go, I know I have negative emotions, but I don't know where they're coming from. I can't quite identify them, and I'm overwhelmed by that feeling. The next is it's hard to keep friends, or it becomes extremely difficult to even think about making friends. So the social interaction feels like work. It feels like it's heavy. It's hard. No one will understand. You're kind of struggling. You're wondering. You don't know where to go from here, and then that becomes more depression inducing for you, because then you go through feelings of isolation. So hopefully these things are helpful. And again, if you are struggling in this area, please obviously seek assistance, seek help. There's nothing wrong with needing or requiring help in that area, but when you begin to do that, you'll then better be able to understand how to master your life in a better way. So hopefully this is helpful. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.